We got a question from Ian. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you teach tension to a beginner? The first thing that comes to mind is that this person has lived in tension their entire life and never, not one time, ever thought about it. I find it interesting that someone who can be completely stressed about the IRS, tax time, their kids, the guy who just cut him off on the freeway, but not appreciate to squeeze. So one of the first things that I think about, you have more questions here, but is the thing about teaching tension. If you use the plank family, the push-up position plank, the glute bridge, the bottom of the goblet squat, hanging from a pull-up bar, actually a suitcase carry can teach tension very nicely. The first thing you think that I would share with you is that you have time, T-I-M-E. Whereas, if you're teaching somebody like the snatch or the discus throw, 1.6 seconds, you don't have a ton of time in 1.6 seconds to, go into an essay. What you have is 1.6 seconds. So when you teach tension, you generally have more time, especially with a beginner. We know that an advanced person can do isometrics for 6 seconds, but it takes a new person about 12 because it takes them 6 seconds to get to tension to where it finally works. Bike James, a friend of mine who specializes in training for mountain bikes, he has an interesting 90-second isometric protocol called ramping isometrics, where 30 seconds you go, fairly get yourself into position and start to ease it up. Then you jump up to a higher for 30 seconds, and finally for 30 seconds you go for it. That's a minute and a half. That's a long time to teach tension. So the first tool you have in teaching tension is time. So just remember that. So when if you're doing a push-up position plank with me, I've got time to tell you to grip and rip the floor. See, I'm doing that. I'm turning the fingers white. You got time to teach the person we stuck a clump of grapes in your armpit, and now I want you to make wine. You squeeze them so hard. I want you to squeeze your heels together. We have something we call Utah birth control. That's where you squeeze your knees together. I want you to squeeze your knees together. Well, in a 2-minute plank, I got tons of time to teach that.